little tidbit for you.
Yes.
I shared it with you earlier today, off the air. I'll share it with the audience. My call is this, from what my little birdies are whispering. If the Birds were to be the 2 seed, they would play Saturday at 1 o'clock on Fox in the wild card weekend.
I like the birdies.
A Saturday 1 o'clock game. You get the 2-7 game out of the way. You play at 1 o'clock on a Saturday, and then all the other postseason games come after you. I would love that setup, and that is currently what we're staring at.
He's the ball guy from Game of Thrones without the Johnson.
Yeah.
I don't know that reference, but my wife and daughter would.
Lord Varys.
He doesn't have a Johnson.
He doesn't have a Johnson?
No.
How's his voice? Come here. I mean, like...
Why don't we move on?
Yes, exactly.
Time now for today's headlines with Connor Thomas.
Today's headlines with Connor Thomas.
Hi, Connor.
Hi,
How
Connor.
you doing? Good to have you on the show.
No, it's the other gadgets that do that.
Oh, okay.
Come on, man.
All right, let's get into this. So this
Know
is an
your
interesting
body, John.
one. Last night, the Flyers, they ended up losing in a shootout, but they did have a nice performance against the Knights, scoring 4 goals against that team, pretty solid. And Michkov added another one. Here's what it sounded like right here on these airwaves.
Here's Michkov again behind the goal line. Bandit out in front. Cross can't find it. Now Michkov does. He scores! Matvei Michkov, his 8th goal of the year. It comes back to him in front, and he makes no mistake for a 4-2 Flyers lead.
John, it's a shame how his career's been derailed ever since the benching.
That damn John Tortorella. I swear to you, he's a problem, man. He's holding back this Matvei Michkov, who, by the way, is like the now odds-on favorite for Rookie of the Year. That Tortorella, he's just going to screw up this kid.
Shame, man.
He's going to ruin him.
That's the question. The odds on Rookie of the Year, you hit it on the head, John. I need you guys to rank these in order of most probable to least probable. Jared McCain, Rookie of the Year, also the odds-on favorite right now. Michkov, Rookie of the Year. Quinyon Mitchell, Defensive Rookie of the Year. Saquon, MVP.
Mitchell, least likely.
Yes.
Because they don't see... People that vote don't see interceptions.
They're looking for sexy numbers.
And they'll go, he hasn't turned the football over, so it can't be him, which is ridiculous. And it goes back to my Joe Burrow point. If guys actually vote for legitimate MVP, like if Joe Burrow didn't play for the Bengals, they would not have a win this year, right?
No, they'd be the first pick in the draft.
Like they would stink. So he should win MVP. He's not going to, so don't even bother putting money down on that one. So Mitchell last. What was it? Saquon
MVP, Michkov Rookie of the Year, Jared McCain Rookie of the Year.
Michkov 1.
Yeah.
McCain 2, Saquon 3.
I'll tell you right now, McCain has better odds than Michkov if you go ahead and check it out on both sports books. But I don't disagree with your guys' assessment.
The only thing with McCain, once, if I should say, Embiid and Paul George,
his impact is going to be far less.
It's a big if,
right? It is.
Dude,
Honestly, you're right.
Exactly.
It is a big if at this point. You're right. But yeah, Michkov 1, Mitchell 4, and then you can debate 2 and 3.
And if you look at what John Tortorella, and there's some people now, no agendas here, that have things against John Tortorella. I would just say to you this. He can make chicken salad out of as well as any coach in the NHL, period. And he always has.
It's just a shame that his career's been derailed.
It's a shame that he's ruining this kid, Michkov.
He was benched, and it's all gone downhill.
He benched him. He's ruining him.
I think he'll be just fine.
He's going to lose that locker room.
The 0.01% of Michkov's entire career, the 2 games that he got benched for. That's a shame.
I think he'll be just fine.
I spoke with a Flyers person the other day, on Saturday. The idea of, losing the locker room.
Yeah.
Because Torts doesn't win popularity contests, but he's not losing anything in the locker room.
What else we got, Connor?
Nobody in the world, on the planet, loves football more than the Harbaugh brothers. I'm convinced.
Andrew Pacheco's pretty high up there.
I'll tell you what. I don't know if he'd say this. This is what we got from the Harbaugh Bowl last night. A great, great quote.
Coach, you told us no one has a better brother than you. What are you feeling as you prepare to coach against your best friend?
I love my brother, and I'd lay down my life for my brother, but I would not let him win a football game.
Now, you see, I would not lay down my life for my brother, Doc. I love him, but he's older, so he can go first, and I'll make sure he gets eulogized very well. I love my brother.
Now, as the great officer as he is, he probably laid down for you.
There's nothing, yes, as a member, a man who protected people.
Yeah, so he probably do it.
I would say, though, that I love my brother, but there's nothing better than beating my brother.
Yeah, like Jim Harbaugh, who you heard there talking about matching up with his brother John, Chargers, Ravens last night, Monday Night Football. I think that's spot on for what like a brother relationship is when it comes to
You and your
sports.
brother are hyper competitive.
Yeah, absolutely. I love my brother.
And you love your brother.
I feel that same exact way about him. But he's not beating me in anything. Screw that.
You love to beat your brother.
Damn
like,
right, man.
Like it's you want to, we play golf. We do it. You want to beat your brother.
I don't have an older brother or a younger brother, but it's the same way with me with my best friends. Like, I would do anything for him, but the second I play basketball with it, you see me. I think I want to win every single time.
I have an uncanny ability, by the way, of not knowing people's family histories and being able to identify guys who don't have brothers.
Do I look like a guy that doesn't have a brother?
No, but some things. By the way, Doc does, as my buddy Mark says, has 2 holes in one, which I don't have, so I hate that about him. But the idea is that I think guys who don't have brothers sometimes are a little wimpier than guys who do.
What you saying?
Because they weren't getting in fist fights in the living room or getting punched
what you saying?
Constantly or thrown into the Johnson's yard into the sticker bushes.
So what you saying about me?
I think you guys can settle this one off
We'll
air.
settle this off air.
Why don't we round
I
out
can show you
with
how
this?
much a wimp I really am, Johnny.
Why don't we round out with
What
this
else we
instead?
got?
It's
the
chest
Philadelphia
day.
Eagles, 1 year ago today, it was the beginning of the end of the 2023 season. So our question today, why won't the Eagles have the same collapse this year?
Coaching.
Oh, yeah.
Coaching.
See, now, you know what's
that's
funny?
just
Has
where it
that come up
always is.
today?
It has. Yeah.
But hardly.
I mean,
that hasn't been as prominent.
We
and I'm
talked about
shocked.
the adults in the room.
Yeah,
yeah, I think it's just such that, like last year, that was always my number one issue with the team, was the coaching staff didn't know what they were doing. And credit goes to the organization for bringing in the guys that you needed to in those roles with Kellen Moore and Vic Fangio. And Nick Sirianni deserves credit too. I am not going to cut him out of this conversation because he is a big part of the equation, whether some people want to give him credit or not. And I'm anti-Sirianni for a lot of things. But this coaching staff has been exceptional this year, and they deserve as much, if not more, credit than the guys on the field.
Did you guys hear the latest rendition of Sirianni Love yesterday?
Yes, sir.
I
Definitely
think
did.
that
There was added lyrics to it. Bill had a ghostwriter send some lyrics over.
I think what's great too is Bill's lovely daughter, who turned 10 the other day. Happy
Yep,
birthday!
Same birthday as my wife.
She's like now going around the house singing Sirianni Love.
Gotta love that, man.
That's you're raising her right.
Look, it's got to hit number 1 on the
well,
charts.
she's related to the man too, though.
It's going to hit number 1 on the charts soon, man.
She's a Colorulo, so she's related to the Sirianni somewhere down there.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
hold on. Where do we stand on the statue, though? Because there was a caller-ish who called in that wanted a statue for Bill. I'm anti the statue.
Yeah,
I'm
Bill
pro-song.
should
hasn't
not
been
have a
here long
statue.
enough for a statue. The guy he works with.
How about Bill Colorulo bobblehead day?
Yes,
I'm in for
Bill
that.
Colorulo could get a bobblehead. Look, is
We'll do the bald version though.
the man
shaved head
the man
version.
who is most prominent in building this station works with Bill. If anyone was going to get the a statue out front, it would be Mikey Miss. So I mean that would be it. So statues would begin and end.
Bill Colorulo bobblehead day. I think we
The
can do it that
bobblehead
way.
day's great for Colorulo, and it could sit on a fence.
Yes.
You could have the bobblehead sitting on a fence,
BNC fencing,
but
man.
straddling it, so he can just have it both ways.
Amazing. All right, before we get back to our texts and our calls, so Fox did their power rankings yesterday. We don't believe in these power rankings. We believe in the NFL.com power rankings.
Which are the most...
Yeah, the least biased of the power rankings. With all due respect to Fox, well, not really, because Fox has literally built a station of screaming head shows recently. But with all due respect to David Hellman, who is the guy that does the right.
Great mayonnaise, too.
Yeah, that's good work.
Great mayonnaise.
So, just to let you guys know, he does have the Eagles at number 3, but that's not the point of me bringing this up. The point of me bringing this up is what he wrote. They do the blurbs. For
Does he
every
have
team.
Lions Chiefs, by the way? Just to make sure?
Bills 2, Lions 1. Chiefs behind the Eagles.
Wow. Okay. That's bold and beautiful.
Here's what he wrote on the power rankings for the Eagles. And this is a prime example of the national reporter just catching on.
Okay.
The Birds have had sneaky good vibes for 5 or 6 weeks now. How about 7? Because they've won 7 in a row.
Yeah.
But demolishing the Rams on national TV announced it to the entire league. There just aren't many teams that can deal with the amount of talent on this roster. So I love that final sentence, but it's like, welcome to the party, pal. Like,
Yeah, but here's where he might be right, and we may have been incorrect to point it out. Remember, the first game of this
The Browns.
winning streak was the Browns game, and
Yeah.
that was anything but positive vibes.
You're right.
You're right. You lost your mind over that game.
That was
Salciunas.
that was the daycare press
Yeah,
conference.
full disclosure,
Yeah.
I did.
There was a lot of things that day that didn't go cosmetically well.
No.
Enough that the owner was upset about it.
Even the shaved head wasn't cosmetically well, but it's worked for the Eagles,
It's
so I'm
worked,
not
yeah.
mocking it. But the title of their power rankings are Eagles, Ravens, the scariest teams in football.
No.
You don't think they're one of
No,
the two?
the Lions are the scariest team in football. No matter how much of an Eagles fan I am, the Lions are the scariest team.
But how far off are the Eagles?
I didn't
we've
say.
talked
Well, I don't believe that they're far
Right.
off. But the scariest, there's only one that can wear that title, is scariest. And then if you're saying to the other one, no,
Why
there's
can
nobody. Nobody is as scary as the Lions.
Let me ask you something. Why can only one team wear that title when
As the scariest, because
scariest teams?
scariest teams. The Lions and the Eagles are not on the same level yet. I don't believe they are.
Now,
you
I
do.
do. I
You do. I do not.
So I'm different in this conversation. But
You're different in a lot of times.
Damn right I am. Now let me throw this by you because
Okay.
you are saying that you're not there yet, which that's fine. You know, it's chest day, and I've just been working my chest out a little bit longer. So you agreed that it's two teams in the NFC.
It's a two-team race in the NFC.
So why
Detroit-
shouldn't they be in that conversation?
Detroit or the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. But Detroit is considerably, right now, they are the odds-on favorite to go to the Super Bowl. Not the Eagles. Detroit is. And it's earned.
It's
been earned.
I'm not
They
taking
have
away
done-
what
they have
Detroit's
played-
doing.
They have played a much harder schedule than the Birds.
That is true.
And they have 4 wins better than the Eagles' best win. And I'm just trying to be honest. I love what the Birds are doing, and I have great faith that this is going to be a run into the NFC title game.
Yeah.
But Detroit has 4 wins better than the Birds have of their best win. So I'm just going to say is that people got to put some respect on it with
Oh,
Detroit.
you know me. I'm not disrespecting.
No, I know you're
the
not,
Lions.
but I'm just saying that's where it is.
Now, you say odds on by far. Now, I don't know.
I think it's odds on by far, and I haven't looked at it.
So I don't know how to break down odds.
You don't?
No, like, all right, so
What are the odds right now?
right now the Eagles are 1 game back of the Lions. Right?
Okay.
So I know mathematically they're 1 game back of the Lions. How do you analyze the Lions are plus 300 to win the Super Bowl, the Eagles are plus 650?
It's double. That's
so
double.
Okay.
The Eagles are you have to put what is it plus what?
Plus 650 for the Eagles, plus 300 for the Lions.
Okay, plus 300. So to win 100, you put $100 down, you're going to win 300
Yeah.
if the Lions go to win the Super Bowl.
Okay, so that's you're looking at
you put 100 down on the Eagles, you're going to win 650. They are much more believing that the Lions will win.
That's fair.
And that is a considerable difference.
All right.
That's
a good
double.
That's a good way to look at it.